Good afternoon. My name's Bill Stubbles. I'm one of the solutions engineers here for the Go Anywhere product. And today I want to talk about troubleshooting. General purpose troubleshooting is a dying art. You can go online and find all kinds of videos and blogs on how to troubleshoot specific issues. But when it comes to general purpose troubleshooting or theory of troubleshootings, the offerings are pretty slender. Today, I want to take a look at general purpose troubleshooting. Troubleshooting is one of the most basic skills in IT, and you can make a compelling case that it's one of the most essential skills in life. Things go wrong. Things fail or break. Plans go astray. When that happens, you generally have two options, sometimes three. You fix the thing that went wrong. Circumstances permitting, you replace it. Or you adapt and learn how to do without it. All three of which entail some level of troubleshooting. You can't fix something or make an informed decision about whether it's more cost-effective to repair or replace it until you understand it. You generally can't make an informed decision about whether you can do without something if you don't understand how it works and what it does. So how do we troubleshoot? The general consensus is there are 5 or 6 steps to effective troubleshooting, but they're often interrelated, and there's not often a clear demarcation between one step and the next. The first step is to understand the problem. You can't fix something if you don't understand what is broken or failing. Generally, the problem is going to be reported or identified by someone who is either directly affected or reporting the problem on behalf of someone else. They're often, but not always, where you're going to start on the second step, which is gathering information. Typically, there's 3 questions that are going to serve as the foundation of your information gathering. What broke? What is happening that isn't supposed to, or what is not happening that is supposed to? Did it ever work? Or is this what we refer to as a first-time failure? If it has worked before, can we identify what changed? When practical, you can try to recreate the problem, to step through the sequence of events and hopefully gain additional insights. Once you've gathered the information and/or recreated the problem, you start analyzing, figuring out what actually happened that is causing the problem. It may be obvious or it may be subtle, but the goal is to come up with a solution or solutions to try and solve the problem, which you then start implementing. This is arguably where most of the work gets done, or at least the part of the work that whoever is affected is going to see. While you're testing your solution, there's one rule that you should almost never break, especially in IT, and that is only change one thing at a time. Reasoning behind it is simple. If you change multiple things and the problem is resolved, you may not be able to identify what actually fixed the problem. After the problem is fixed, the last step, and the most vulnerable to not being done right or not being done at all, is to document what you did. What was the problem? What were the symptoms, or how did the problem manifest itself? Who was affected, and how were they affected? What information did you need to identify the root cause of the problem? How did you fix it? How did you verify that the problem was fixed? These are all questions you want to be able to answer, because if the problem recurs or a similar problem occurs and you have that information, you're several steps ahead of the game and don't have to waste time tracking down information somebody else had already gathered at some point. There's also an audit trail, which is especially important in many professional settings. But this is the area where many troubleshooters, especially in IT, fail. The problem's solved, the user's happy, they want to move on to the next. Make the time for the documentation. Thank you for your time and attention.